Hi, I'm Cash, and welcome back to Cash Talks Football, where we break down all the goals scored in the Premier League. We give you technical analysis with actual coaches, myself, that's done things and actually knows what they're talking about in football instead of these other fan YouTube channels. So if you want nonsense, go somewhere else. If you want to learn something, this is the channel for you. Clearly the biggest football channel in all of YouTube. And we're going to talk about a couple of things in Liverpool, and I'll probably cover it a little bit more on my Monday night show at 8 o'clock. I'm going to try to, this week's going to be a bit of a test because it'll be my first one doing it, and trying to because I want to hit a couple of topics each week about videos that I've been meaning to do, and I just never get round to doing because there's so much stuff happening in football, and quite frankly, no one talks about it, and no one's really honest, especially things like with the government in the UK getting involved in football. People just don't know how bad the Premier League's going to be and how quick it's going to happen, right? But when you're doing a technical analysis of a game, there's a bazillion factors you take into account, okay? But if you want to take one of the simple things, if you want to learn, is look for pattern recognition. Is the same thing happening over and over in a game? If it is, that's a problem. Is that problem exposing us? And is it creating goal-scoring opportunities for the other team? Are we creating the goal-scoring opportunities? Because the patterns that we're doing are good. Hence, you hear patterns of play and all this other rubbish. Right. So as you can see, you're looking at Liverpool here. They're on, the defensive transition, and you can see that's not really a good line. Well, Cash is not really a problem. Well, it is, because this is the area that I'm going to expose right now. Okay, this is what we want to be looking at here. Disconnect, that's fine. The ball's on the other side, but you can see there's no real cohesiveness in this Liverpool back four. And you've got to take into account that the amount of changes Liverpool's had as a football team. Massive changes this season. And things like just defensive structure is important if you want to retain the title. And you can start to see straight away that there's a little bit of a problem here on this back post. Look, someone is getting in behind. So you want to think of it this, right? So the old, let's go back to the old back four, right? People think the flat back four is played flat like this. It's not. Never has been. Never will be. That's what idiots say because they've never coached a day in their life or they don't know anything about football. Back four, flat back four would be like that. The point contact of the ball would be the furthest player forward. If it's in the middle, it's slightly different. It would be like this. So that would be the point. That would be there. That would be there. Okay. If the ball was here, that would be the centre back pushing forward. And then you've always got cover across all angles. If you're playing like this, okay, so there's the point of contact. This player must be the furthest player back. Two reasons. One, he's controlling the line, telling everybody what to do, to step up, step off, do whatever, because he can see the whole line. And he's not engaged in the play, so he's able to put his ability to organising and structure when to step up and when not to. Now, quite often in modern games, it'll be the left centre-back and not the left back that's doing it, because quite often he's probably normally your team captain, the left centre-back. That's why they're doing it, okay, when they're attacking down that side. You can see how far this left-hand side and right-hand side aren't together. Don't worry, I'm coming on to this because the goal is scored because of this. Right, later on, they can see the goal exactly because of this. Now, you might be saying to yourself, Cash, that one little yard doesn't matter. Yes, it does. Yes, that much matters in football. I can remember we're doing a breakdown of AC Milan losing the European Cup final to Liverpool when they were winning 3-0 because Paolo Maldini was basically, I don't know, about that far playing people onside, offside. It was insane, the amount of difference that made in that game of football. So when someone is a little bit quicker than you and you're not back by about a yard, all of a sudden, then there's clear goal scoring opportunity and Bournemouth should have been 1-0 up right there. But that's a warning sign for Liverpool. They've got an issue there defensively. Their defensive cohesiveness is not together. The only reason I'm highlighting this play here is because when I saw this with Ekitike running right here, the way he's running and his movement, and okay, it says hair colour has a lot to do with it. He just reminded me of so much of the body movement of Fernando Torres. He really does. His shape and stature and the way he's running, he has a similar gait to him. So let me know in the comments below if you think he runs like Fernando Torres, because I do. I want you to watch this, okay, and see Bournemouth's a setup. They're not too bad, but how easy it is for Liverpool to create a massive hole between their midfield and their defence, okay? Here's the ball, no real danger, but because he can't come and pick him up right here, this player has to, you know me, I don't know players' names, I couldn't care less, has to run with him, has to go on a jog, and immediately, as soon as he does, look at the gap that appears in the middle of the field right here. This is a huge area of This is what ends up getting exploited right here by Liverpool. There you see, Ekitike starts to make the run. Bournemouth defender realises, but he can't really step forward and do anything about it. But he tries to, but he ends up, missing the tackle. But look at the space. Basically, he can run straight to goal, and there's not a player between him at all when he picks this ball up. Have a look. Here we go. Bonk. There we go. There's the ball. And there's no player from Bournemouth anywhere near him just because of the way they're set up. It's pretty poor, to be fair. You can't let that happen. Now, there's so many other things with Bournemouth, is the fact that it's the first game, you're away at Anfield against the champions. You know you've been preparing for this for weeks and weeks and weeks. This is your game. You want to try to put down your mark. So they're playing probably out of their skins in this game, and they're leaving massive, massive holes all over the shop. Yeah, it doesn't bode well for the future. And when the centre-back does come out, he just completely whiffs the tackle because, of course, no one can tackle in the Premier League anymore. They can shut down passing lanes and run around in little circles, but actually tackling and playing football is very, very difficult. Completely whiffs the tackle, and then he's just in on goal, takes his time, sets the keeper, and then just puts it. I mean, it's a quality finish. And that comes literally out of nothing. One simple run here by Florian Wirtz into this little kiddie, and it's 1-0, sat the keeper down. Everything about this goal shows you how poor modern football is. Have a look at Bournemouth trying to tackle the football here, right? All he's got to do is run in and try to tackle him. Watch. Boom. Oh, completely and utterly stops. Why? Because he's stopping to stop passing lanes, not to tackle. Just lets him run off with the ball. Okay, we've got another player here that can come in and tackle. Does he? No, not interested whatsoever. Easy tackle right there. Actually runs away from the ball. He's running that way. He gets out of his way so he can go into the space behind him. Like, what are you doing, mate? There is something here about Gakpo, though, holding on to the ball and just slowly dribbling the ball, slowly taking his time before he puts it in the goal. And there isn't a single Bournemouth player that actually tries to tackle him at all. He's gone past 2, 3, Bosh. All of a sudden, someone's diving in. And before you know it, it's all too late because, well, it's in the bottom of the corner. There we go. It's too easy. Way too easy. Right. Where that ball is played, I want you to look at this left back. See that gap again? Now it's bigger. Okay? Can you see the disconnect? Absolutely nowhere near where I need you to be. Absolutely nowhere near. Doesn't have the pace to get back again. So all of a sudden, that same area has been exposed. This time, it's playing a ball in behind. Can't get back to cover his man. There's his man. Can't get back to cover his man. Nowhere near because he was too far forward. And it is genuinely 2-3 up. Ball's fizzed across. And it's a tap in on the far post. This here is a better shot to show you how far forward he is, right? You cannot allow that to happen. You'd be 3 yards in the other team's half with your centre-back 3 yards in your half. That's a separation of about 6 yards you're giving him to run into behind you. Unless you're lightning quick, which whoever this is isn't, you can't afford to do that. And even if you are lightning quick, you can't afford to do that. The ball is on this side. You need to be the furthest player back. No idea at all. And yeah, Liverpool are just undone by simple basics. Again, in the pre-season, I talked about this being one of Liverpool's biggest problems in the upcoming season. How many players are forward? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's insane. When the break happens, let's just watch from here. This is all this Kanate kiddie's job here is to slow him down, and he doesn't. He doesn't even go towards the ball. It's the age-old idiot thing in the Premier League is we worry about the player that we're marking, not the player with the football. Okay? Now, he can't really afford to go towards the ball. All he has to do is slow his run down and let this guy catch up, okay? And bait him into making a pass, and then him and his teammate can squeeze the ball, the player with the ball after the pass. But no, it's the Premier League. We don't know what we're doing, so we've got 1, 2 people running away from the ball because apparently it's got cooties, it might get in our hair, and we can't have that. So we're just going to run away from it and let him run down the field and kick it into the net box. I mean, at this point, it's embarrassing. He's run from his own 18-yard box all the way to there. There's not been a single Liverpool player in front of him. And this isn't going to be the last time this happens for Liverpool, by the way. The way that they're set up, this is going to happen over and over again, as I said it would in pre-season, unless they change something. All he does, slow it down a bit, have a little bit of a shimmy, and beats the keeper. Keeper doesn't even move. Way too easy. Remember, it is only Bournemouth. But don't worry, it's the Premier League. If there's bad defending, there's always going to be bad defending. Someone's got their arm up, telling someone what to do. So we know in the next 5 seconds, there's going to be a goal scored. What a shock. Go over there and do a thing. Yeah, check the runner that's not running past him on the overlap. Do something. But no. Go towards the football and stop him putting a cross in. That's all you need to do. Don't listen to this idiot here, whoever this idiot is here. Because you know what he's just done? He's stood still and done nothing. He's run up there and just let this cross come in. Because he's guarding the space, because they did a coaching session about it once, defending the overlaps and not actually learning to play football. It's a clue, idiot Bournemouth player. The football is dangerous, not the overlap. The overlap's only dangerous if he gets the ball. If the other team just cross it in the box, then you're in trouble. Now, this is more panicking. 1, 2, 3 defenders, 1 Liverpool player there. Yeah, I was going to say 4, but yeah, because I can't count. That's 1 Liverpool player. 1. And they all panic. Absolute panic stations. Bump. Keeper gets a little flick touch on it. Everybody starts panicking. 2 Bournemouth players going for the same ball. And then you've got Frederick Chiesa here. Now, I do like Chiesa, and I need to tell you why. I'll probably cover this a little bit more on one of my live Monday football shows. Probably not this week, but I will cover it. I have this thing about you don't throw away talented players. Like, I wouldn't have got rid of Darwin Núñez if I was at Liverpool, because I believe you can make him a better player just because he's had a little bit of a bad season. He didn't have a bad, he scored goals. Does the thing. Your job as a coach is to make them better, not buying someone else that's ready to go. No, because that's how you build squad depth and sort of, mental strength and all these other things. Chiesa, to me, what was it in that Euros, was one of the best talents in Europe. Had a couple of bad years with injuries, but you know he's capable. He needs his arm around, someone to put his arm around him, get in some starts, because what he will do is score goals, because he's talented, he's got some experience, and you see it right here. He absolutely, Bosch, hits that on the volley. Nowhere else could he have put this and scored, and he does, and, runs away celebrating. Brilliant job, but all because Bournemouth get in each other's way, panic. Don't go for the football, because you know what? Pointing your arm is really important. I think there's a stat on it, and if you point your arm the most, you get your little FIFA reward point thingies in the video game. It goes up more. Definitely sure that happens. Here you go. It's Tweedledum and Tweedledee getting in each other's way. Technically, I can't even say the word. Technically gifted Chiesa. Dosh. It's the only place he could have scored, and that's where he puts it. Now you're into the 90th odd minute or whatever nonsense of the add-on time and whatever they're making up in the old game of football. This is the problem when you're going to play against Liverpool this season. They're always going to be able to score on you. They just smash the ball. No interest. They just knock it down. And all of a sudden, there's this guy called Mo Salah, and he's not having it. He's got the ball. And this is the problem other teams are going to have against Liverpool. As open as Liverpool are at the back, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Liverpool players. And one of them is Mo Salah. So you need to go to the football, right? Well, they can't, because they're just rubbish. And then what ends up happening, look, he just slows it, and he just wants to score. They are queuing up. These players have no idea what to do at this point, because tackling is something that we don't teach. It's not all of a sudden. You just know what he's going to do. He just takes his little time and passes it into the corner of the goal. It's that easy. Liverpool are going to batter someone this season. It's going to be interesting for them. It really is. They've got a couple of new centre-backs maybe to squeeze it up at the back. If they get their midfield shape right, they're going to be contenders this season. Bournemouth, not sure where they're going to end up. Give me another week or two, and I'll give you a really good prediction on them as well. Other than that, I'll see you next time on Cash Talks Football.